Thanks for having me over. Are you excited about moving to Blank? Now, would it be okay if I gave myself a quick tour? Great. Now, if it's okay, let's sit down at the kitchen table so we can lay everything out. Now, Blank, let's talk about getting you to Blank. Now, the first thing I would like to do is review your situation and make sure I know what's important to you about making this move. Is that okay? Excellent. Now, I have 3 bottom line questions for you. Are you ready, Blank? Alright, first, are you definitely ready to sell your property? Fantastic. Secondly, will you price it where it would sell, or are you okay with just keeping it on the market for a while? Alright, great to hear. And third, and most important, Blank, do you want me to get your home sold for you? Terrific. Now, Blank, the purpose of our meeting today is a twofold situation, okay? First is for me to provide you with some very important information on what it's going to take to get your property sold for top dollar so that you can get to Blank by Blank. And then secondly is for us to make sure that we can decide today that the right thing for you is to partner with me in the sale of your home. Now, does that sound fair enough? Excellent. Now, and whether you decide that you want to hire me or not, I hope by the end of this meeting it's very clear to you that my goal is to help you get what you want. Now, if I'm not able to help you, I'm going to let you know today, because I am not interested in just getting another listing, but I am very interested in getting you to Blank. Now, because that is exactly what you're wanting to have done, correct? Excellent. Now, here's what I will do. As soon as you decide that you want to hire me, I'm going to do everything it takes through my action plan to make sure I get your home exposed to all the qualified buyers in the market, because that is the kind of exposure that you want to have, right? Great. Now, so what we'll do today is make sure that we determine and establish the right price for your property. That way we can make sure that your home is exposed to all the qualified buyers and that they're excited about your house when they see it. Now, does that make sense? Alright, now, in preparing for our meeting tonight, what I did was a thorough market study of your home. It's also called a comparative market analysis. Now, there's going to be three main components that we need to make sure to pay attention to tonight, okay? Now, first are going to be your active listings. Now, this is your competition. This is what I like to call fantasy land, okay? Because this is what sellers want to get for their property, but they have no idea what it's going to sell for. All right, you with me on that? Okay. Now, secondly, what we have are your expired listings. Are you familiar with these? That's right. These are homes that wanted to sell, but for some reason or another, they just did not sell. Now, this is what I like to call my never land properties. Do you see why I call them that? That's exactly right, because you never want to be in this situation. And then third and last, okay, we want to make sure these are going to be your sold properties. This is called reality, okay, because this is what your properties around you are actually going for right now in today's market. Are you still with me? Excellent. Now, so at this point, this is what we're going to do is focus on these today, because obviously to get you to Blank by Blank, we need to make sure that we have, in which of these 3 categories you want to make sure that you fall into. That's correct, the sold properties. All right. Now, first, what we need to do is take a look at the market analysis and determine what the buyers are going to be looking at and also what the appraisers will be looking at. Now, first, the appraisers, because they are the ones that the lenders will hire to determine the value of your home based on what comparable homes like yours are actually selling for. And this is what buyers are actually paying for the houses right now. Now, does that make sense to you? Great. Now then, second, what we'll do is make sure that we price your home in a way that will make sure all the attracted buyers are very excited about your property, because this is the only way that we're going to be able to get people at your home that are going to be excited to look at your property, because buyers not only going to shop around, they're also going to be looking at other properties, right? Because what they're going to do, they're going to be comparing them to other features like yours. Now, some of those features, what do you consider they would be? That's right. That they're going to be comparing the location of the property, the quality of the property, the condition of the property, and most importantly, they're going to be comparing the price of your property. Now, are you ready to make sure to take a look and get all the information that we need to get your home sold and the ones that are comparable to yours? Great. Now, this home right here is comparable to yours because of this. Now, do you notice how many bedrooms that it has? Do you notice how many bathrooms? how big is the garage? Now, what year was this house built? And how many square feet do you see? Great. Now, have you ever seen this home? Now, your house is more valuable than this one because it does have more upgrades. Now, have you ever seen this property right here, and do you see why it's a little bit nicer than yours? That's right. Now, do you see this property here and how comparable it is to yours? Now, does this make sense to you? Now, what was the price of this home? Do you notice how long it is on the market? Now, how is this going to work for you to get in your home or getting you to blank by blank? So based on what the market is telling us today, and what price do you feel that the buyers would be excited about buying your home over the competition? Okay, now for myself, after looking at your house and reviewing what the market is telling us, I'm suggesting that we list your house at the price of blank. And you can see why that's the right price, correct? Well, because that's going to get you the best price for your house in this market today and the best time possible so that we can get you to blank by blank. Now, that'd be pretty exciting, right? Now, that's fantastic. Now, do you have absolutely any questions whatsoever what we reviewed so far? All right, are you ready for the next step? Excellent. Now, this next step right here is going to be what's called the net sheet, okay? And this gives you the cost associated with all the selling costs and what's going to take to get your property sold and what you'll actually net at closing. Now, right here you'll see these are all the standard closing costs and expenses for sellers. Any questions on that? Now, based on a realistic sales price of blank and a closing date of blank, here are the estimated numbers. Now, is that a number that you can live with? Well, I do understand that, but is that a number you could live with if you had to? All right, excellent news. So what we'll do is get your house on the market at blank, which we agreed is the right price, correct? Excellent. Now, I'm ready to go to work for you. Are you ready to put me to work? All right, I like to hear that. So here's the next step. First, what we're going to do is go over all the highlights of the property and all the steps in the marketing that we're going to need to do, okay? First, what we want to do is make sure that your house shows at its best, right? Great. Now, secondly, what we'll do is I'll be preparing all the marketing for your property and launch my pre-marketing campaign immediately because you did want us to get your house the most exposure on the market as fast as possible, correct? All right, excellent. Next, we will launch our exclusive 10-day marketing blitz. Now, that does sound pretty exciting, doesn't it? Okay. Now, your property will be marketed to every potential buyer out there and promoted to every licensed realtor in their buyer's network. Now, this will be going in through our multiple listing services. Plus, I will have it syndicated to over 5,200 different websites, including all the most popular ones that buyers are going to online today. Now, of course, you do understand how important this kind of internet exposure is for you, right? Excellent. Now, because you do want me to give you the best exposure and the right exposure that will get you the best buyers in the best time frame, correct? Well, awesome, because that is exactly what I'm going to do for you. Now, with the exposure, assuming the market responds as we expect, and we will be getting lots of buyers traffic in here. So what I'll be doing is following up with all those buyers and those realtors to make sure that we get the best offers in. And then at that point, I will be negotiating all the offers we get in to ultimately get your property sold for top dollar. And then we can make sure that we get you to blank. Now, is that something that you want to do and ready for? Great. Now, I just want to make sure and go over everything. Do you have any questions whatsoever? All right. Next question is, are you ready to start packing? No, I don't mean today, but, very soon. Excellent. Now, just before we wrap up here, do you have any questions, or are you ready for me to go to work for you and make this sale happen? Great. All right. Looks like we're ready to go. This is some good news. I'm excited for you. Now, what I'm going to need you to do is initial right here on the CMA and then initial right here on the net sheet. And then what we'll do is take care of all the rest of the paperwork later, and I'll make sure I get to work for you. Congratulations. We're going to get your home sold and get you to blank. Thanks. Bye.